Today we are going to fit a new belt to a DC14. My one has quite a stretched spare belt on it, and it does work okay, but I decided to buy new belts to make it work even better. Actually, I bought a new post-motor filter as well along with these belts from the same shop, and actually they didn't come with the belts, so maybe they'll come later today. But first I'm going to remove the bin. I'm going to take the cable off. This is just for easy fitment. You can lay it all on the ground in one piece and do it there, but I'm going to be leaning up on a workbench kind of thing. Now I'm going to take the post-motor filter cover off so I get a flat surface to lean it on. I'll pause while I do that. I haven't got my screwdriver to do it here. The filter actually looks lighter on camera. It's not actually as bad as I thought it was. But anyway, I'm replacing it anyway just because. Lay that down there. Now we're going to flip the vacuum over so we're laying on this flat surface for ease of access. Again, give me a minute. Before we go into taking all the cover off and everything, here's what you should get in a pack of genuine belts. You should get two belts. One will be placed in like that, and that'll be the other one. You also get some fitting instructions for the 01 and the 04, 07 and 014 origin. Now, there is a slightly... The way that the booklet tells you is actually harder than the way I do. And, but we're going to be fitting one belt, we're not going to fit two belts. So first, we're going to take these things off. Oh, you might have to lean against the DC14 if you've got it up on a... It doesn't have to be a DC14, this could be a DC04 Silver and Lime. It could be a DC07 origin. You just kind of have to do the same kind of principle of taking all the bits off, but they'll be slightly different, like actual parts. Here's the belt. You see, it is fine, but it's quite stretched, so I'm going to just pull the old belt off and pull the brush roll out. Now you'll see what I mean by stretched. It's actually kind of pointed at one bit, we'll do it at the non-pointed. So, the easy way to do it is going to be quite a shake fest on my camera skills. So, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to hook the belt over there, which I'll pause while I do so. Now I've uncoupled my internal hose, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my brush roll in. Oh wait, yeah, I'm going to put my brush roll in. I've confused myself now actually. Sorry, we're going to have to take this off again. Oops. I've actually kind of gone and confused myself. I won't take that internal hose out completely. So, you've got your belt and brush roll, so what you need to do is put the belt over the brush roll. Very hard to do one hand, quite easy to do with two hands. So, I presume you're going to do it with two hands at home. If you're not gonna, if you're gonna hold your cup of tea in another hand, then that's your choice. I am proving it is possible to do it one-handed, especially if you're filming. Right, we're almost there, just lining it up can be a bit tough sometimes. Oh, I've gone on. Right, there we are. So it's now lined up, we're going to push it down. So we have our brush roll in properly. Now all I need to do is feed the belt through here until we can see it poking out the other end. Now we're going to lift the housing out. So all you do is you gently ease it up at one side and gently ease it up at the other side. Gently, by the way, because these things aren't like bulletproof. Right, now that we've got this out, we need to get the belt over the motor spindle without putting the housing down here yet. So I'm going to get the belt over the motor spindle. You can use a screwdriver if you want to poke it down, use your finger, whatever. But we're going to get the belt over the spindle without clipping the housing back on, so bear with me for a second. Now with a bit of poking we have the belt over the motor spindle. Now I'm going to have to do this off camera while I pause, but basically what you want to do now is lift the housing up, so you kind of pull it up and then over, clipping it back in here, and then you'll find that the belt is fitted properly. So I'll kind of do it off I'll try and do it. See, you have to lift it up, so you push it up and then it will hook over that, if you see what I mean. But again, I'll have to do it off camera, it's going to be too fiddly to do it with one hand. So I'll be back in 1 second, don't worry. Oops, I almost hit the stop button there. Oops. Now you should be looking at this. Your housing is back clipped in with the belt round there. Now you're going to need to put your internal hose on. It will screw on if you're good with these internal hoses. I personally I'm not a massive fan of these. Again, I'll do it off camera as it's quite fiddly, so back in a second. Now you're going to put your base plate on. Once you've got your internal hose back on, it'll line up in its little bits here. And then just going to push it in place, and then you can lock all 3 locking rings. There's one. You use a coin or quite a large screwdriver that won't chew up the nuts or whatever you want to call them. The bolts, whatever. Not bolts. Bolts. You need a bolt turner, as I used to call them. No, I forget the name. You see, this is why I'm not a massive fan of how-tos without a tripod, and I haven't got a tripod. I'll need to get a phone tripod. But anyway, we've done it. Now you're going to check that the internal hose is nice and springy. So if you push this down and then let it go, it should spring up. If it's not, then you need to wash the internal hose in hot water, very hot water. Let it sit in really hot water till it goes, instead of being kind of a, I don't know, what kind of shape is it? Kind of a bit like that, it goes straight and very springy. That's how you want it. Now, judging by how, I didn't actually realise the belt would be so past it. I think I'll be binning this belt because I've got a spare now. It's quite handy, you get them in packs of 2. I got mine off Amazon for like £3.50. It's pretty good. In case you wanted to read the fitting instructions, I've got loads of these because I have bought so many packets of belts. Let's try and fold this out completely. Here's the 01 belt guide. The 01's very easy to do. Again, pause at certain areas if you're desperate to read it. It's got in different languages and everything, in case you're French. Here's the 04, 07 and 14 origin belt kind of thing. Again, if you want to read any of this, pause. And then you've got all the helplines, in case you peeled the sticker off that said the helpline. There's our British helpline, 08705 275 104. I've had to call them once or twice. But anyway, let's test the Dyson. We're going to put all the bits we took off back on first though. So we'll be back in a second. Well, I will, and the DC14 will. Be back in a second. Right, now that we've got the Dyson plugged in and set up, we're going to clean this carpet. It's actually quite filthy in there because I haven't emptied it in quite a while. Quite a bit of the fluff in there was from a large carpeted area I cleaned, not my house. So it's actually, I use this at my grandparents because we can't use an upright like this on our carpets because they wear out supposedly. Okay, and hopefully you should find a big difference in your Dyson. If you don't, then there was nothing wrong with your old belt. But if they're stretched, if they're quite stretched, it puts pressure, well, no, not pressure, strain on the motor bearings on some older vacuums. Not necessarily on a Dyson, I don't think. I'm talking a load of rubbish now, aren't I? Right, anyway, you should notice a good difference. Let's see if I've fitted this right. I'd say that's pretty successful. I don't know about you, but I've noticed a massive difference in my Dyson, and my belt was quite a bit stretched actually. So thanks. Oh dear, it's an earthquake. Save the Dyson. No, it's my bad camera work. It's like there's an earthquake every video. See? The Dyson knocks the camera, or I drop it, or I knock into something while I'm walking around. See, it's just, I'm not a good cameraman. So, thank you for watching. And please buy genuine belts, by the way, they're just the best. Better than any of those Who belts. Thanks for watching.